Who wants to keep running? The side will put him down, but it only takes the Aegis the Immortal. VP.
Naku, lakad mo to
Normally, either the Void balls out of control and the Drow never gets a game, or, you know, he doesn't get on top of her. But this is different. I said, alright, you want physical damage? Fine, we dodged the physical damage. The Jakiro couldn't also skip a wave here or there. And I think once the levels of the Pango go up, he also feels more at home in this top lane, where he is going to be contributing, of course, a disarm, or a possible disarm to the trades.
At least a slow is actually First Blood's down bottom. I thought it was going to be top, where E-Boys will make it a 2-for-1 trade. Anyone with Cold Snap? I do want to look at what the cast point is on Blink as they get Doom again, bottom lane. And once again, I always think they're going to fight top, but bottom really starting to suffer. And Trap Nest even is not going to be able to escape. We have for, what, 340?
Bot's going again. They don't even need the chrono.
They don't. And they just, especially when you get a double bash there, Murdoch picks up the kill very easily onto the Doombringer. That is his 4th death of the game here already on the Doom. Top lane's not going much better as Speed picks up the kill onto the Jakiro. I think they've got to do something about this bottom lane.
Unfortunately, Ward gets found immediately.
Yep.
Cute play, but a bit too cute.
And they're not gonna unblock the camp as they're gonna look for check, but the Sonic Wave is good. The Wisp relocate on the way back out is gonna allow them to escape. A dagger not on cooldown, and Trap Nest a bit too far away to try and interrupt that one. There's a TP though from Murdoch and a rotation coming from the Weaver. TP back from the Jakiro as they're gonna bring back both heroes. Looking for a chrono is Murdoch, but he's got no heroes he really wants to go on to. There's gonna be that Macropire down in the middle of the fight. Not doing too much damage versus the tanky heroes as they're gonna buy back now. 5 heroes top for Magnus as here comes the Rolling Thunder from the bot back Trap Nest. They at least get through the Faceless Void. As Doom chasing after more. He's got no mana for the Doom, however, so he's just going to devour a creep. Into the triangle goes E-Boys. Trying to search for anything. Underneath the tower, they will find themselves a Doombringer. Oh, Hope Stomp into the Doom. They're going to look to turn, but Wisp trying to relocate out is going to be unfortunately stopped for a bit. They still get the kill onto the Doom. As in they go now. They're going to end up relocating out the Slaughter, but he's already fallen. A great stun there through the Chronosphere. Not enough damage, though, for Murdoch as he still gets the Time Walk off in time after killing the Pangolier mid-roll-up. Now Team Magnus, they look to surround the Wisp, but of course there's a tether up to Oklahoma on the high ground, and even now a turn as they're going to go back onto Jack. Great Ice Path here onto 2 as they're going to try and get through this Faceless Void. Silenced by the Fresh Orchid of the Queen of Pain. Still alive, though. The slow burn damage not enough, and E-Boys will continue diving after the PA, having slain her at the footsteps of her Tier 3 tower. Will now back up. And I go through Roshan about the duration of that replay. Of course, Slaughter, one of the early kings of Roshan. He sits probably the right-hand man of someone like an Ursa Warrior, as they're going to look to pick off Jakiro. Good force F up to the high ground as the Ice Path preventing them from going any further. The Doom, though, they're going to find the Invoker with a Rolling Thunder as well in the river. A beautiful fight breaking out now for Team Magnus, but the Chronosphere to potentially turn it around. They've caught Mark, and they've caught Trap Nest as well. Jack on the outside of the Chronosphere, though, able to get through the Weaver, so he's got no impact in this fight, as now, with Magnus having slain 2, they turn now for the second life on the Faceless Void. Sonic Wave is good for speed. There's going to be a great jump as well onto the Ice Path, but with the Wisp providing the regen, he's just too tanky. Speed eventually taken down as Murdoch, without the Chronosphere, struggling to get on top of any of these heroes as he's being kited around through the fight. Now getting some healing from the Wisp as he's lost basically all of his lockdown, as well as his second life. Aegis being claimed in the fight. Team Magnus only losing the Doombringer there. That's kind of the only thing that's ended up really killing him. So Slaughter just has to make the jump onto him as they're going to make the jump onto Jack now. There's a bash with the overcharge. We're looking for a second Sonic Wave, though, to prevent them from going any further as the Wisp looking to relocate his allies away, and the Rolling Thunder's just a second late, Kips. So at most, they're only going to be able to get a little bit of a kill onto the Wisp. Speed, as well as actually the Invoker, are TPing to the outpost. And Magnus, they are going to get a whiff of that thanks to their ward they have. So they're actually not going to be looking for a fight. Okay, this Weaver is going a bit too aggressively here, silenced by the Orchid, and that Soulburn is going to claim his life at the cost of Jakiro and Queen of Pain's own life. There's not a lot of money here in the pockets of the supports as they're going to look to fight here. There's the Orchid, but of course, having the BKB active is going to reflect the Doom. They don't really care too much, though, because they're just happy to get this kill. Doom, of course, having doomed himself, is going to end up falling, and there's going to be the Cataclysm. Mark, in the between 2 and 1 million Sunstrikes, is going to decide to blink away, but actually Jack jumps back in, but he's being crushed right now, literally, by the speeds of Slardar, and, well, that was not the fight that they were quite looking for. 10 times to Slardar, and he still has no fear. going for that hoof stomp like that. Speed, he's going to scout him again. Blink Dagger in a second. He's got vision of him. Speed. Oh, they blink actually on each other. I cannot believe this Doom. He doesn't care, man.
He knows. He knows what needs to happen.
10-second instant Roche, so both teams are going to have all their ultimates ready to go, and we're not going to expect to see basically any too aggressive moves from anyone.
Solo Chrono bottom.
Yeah, it is. Into the Cataclysm. They're going to get Jack. So Murdoch actually is going to go aggressively. Even the Wisp here to make sure that they could follow up and get the kill to contest it in time if they scouted immediately. Oh, and they killed Jakiro, basically. Speed just... He was there to farm Ancients, but he'll take a Jakiro, too.
Yeah. I ate all my sandwiches.
He did. He had all of his vegetables. He drank a glass of milk every day. He did all of that. They're going to push a tier 2 tower as they feel quite confident. Doom ready to go on in. Blink, BKB, and Hoof Stomp as they're going to break the link-ins. Once again, Doom reflected, but they just don't care, Kips, especially because this Faceless Void didn't even get the chance to get anything off. Trying to lifesteal through it, though. He will be put down eventually. Wisp, without the relocate, could not get the save off, and even he himself is going to try meagerly to TP away. Jakiro buys back for this one, but with a Faceless Void dead for a minute, and even without Chronosphere for an entire minute.
Once again, this Doom's readiness to absolutely tank the hell out of everything makes the fight possible for Electronic Boys.
EMP, they're going to buy back on a Wisp. Double BKB, though, out from Team Magnus. As Speed, he's in onto the Pangolier. He's going to go right through him, shred him like butter, as the Cataclysm does good to separate the team fight. That's going to put down Doom. But he's going to have to buy back and ready to go, so it's a 4v4 fight currently. Pango holding on to his buyback, but Jack is going to be ran down. Jakiro make that is next. As down he goes, that's a dieback for him. And Doom, having just bought back as well, is still going to be chased. And ooh, we've seen this one play out before. Speed going to make the blink on in and find the kill. Albino Zebra thinking about looking for more, as they did reflect the Orchid onto the Queen of Pain. They chased him all the way from the Roche Pit to the fountain. There's all that wave clear we were talking about during the draft, but they're going to fortify it. Just give them a little bit more backdoor defense. Force Staff nicely done, as they actually do end up breaking as well the Lincoln Sphere. And a great stun here, but he does get the BKB off. He's going to turn with the Chronosphere, catching 2. That's going to be the Queen of Pain down, as well as the Jakiro. Quap, though, with buyback. As Trapnest at least doing a good job of holding down the rest of the back liners. The Queen of Pain, she's down bottom farming. She just cannot fight into this. Fear no Cataclysm. But still some very, very strong E-Boys beating down your tier 4s as the Ancient exposed. They're looking to just end this game. They got to throw whatever they have now as Jack makes the jump now onto Speed with the Sonic Wave. Oh, they almost get him down. The Wisp, though, keeping alive with that regen is going to allow him at least to back up. Jack still diving for this kill. Can't quite find it, but is creating space here as Team Magnus trying to defend their Ancient. However, Murdoch wants out of this game now, just focusing down the throne. Might lose Aegis for it, and in fact, he will. He's got basically no support here, but this throne only on 230 HP. He BKBs for it, and he is going to get the only thing that matters, Kips. That's the throne. Down it goes. E-Boys, they're going to take the game 1 win.
Not as, I think, capped as a Shadow Fiend is. BAT is excellent. And then Murdoch on the Gyrocopter. This is weird.
This pre-rune time has kind of evolved a little bit, as we can see a 5-man smoke. They are going to catch a Pangolier, who does have to go through a second Bramble, and, well, it's going to be the homing missile, the Fire and Forget, which is going to pick Murdoch up the first blood history. It's just so weird to see a Shadow Fiend in the long lane.
It is.
Speed.
Might just work out for him, though.
Yeah, Static Link is active, though, stealing a lot of this damage. He's still got a little bit of it, but he's only got the 2 medium and long-range raises to work with. He can't stay alive. A little bit too much magic damage here coming through from long range, courtesy of the Willow, is going to lead them to a double kill in this bottom lane. Top, a nice stun onto 2. No, Murdoch's a little bit too tanky. They can't quite catch him. In stack, Oklahoma is going to just claim his own bottle refill. And I like actually the reaction from Team Magnus. They go, okay, it's just an ogre. We can handle that. And they send Trapnus down bottom as they really need to take down Speed here. A great stun, and they even have vision here. They missed the last Shadow Rays, but they have the damage anyway. That is going to allow them to get the kill, however, still onto the Disruptor. So they're going to get something out from this. And actually, Albino Zebra, he's going to get the kill top lane. And he actually disconnected. He fully disconnected. So he might have had the disconnect bug. And I didn't know this in Captain's mode. I always assumed it was not the case. But the game treated it much. Hold that thought very quickly. They're going to get a kill onto the Pangolier. Speed is actually even top lane. And Oklahoma is rotating on over. And they will be able to repel this push as the Torrent's damage over time will collect the life of the Cockroach. It'll wash him up.
All right, you gotta survive the lanes to get yourself a game, but didn't think that E-Boys would be the one with that problem.
Me neither. Mid lane as well. Quap in a bit of trouble. Terrorize is on the mark here. Throws around another Bramble, and the Bedlam is actually going to collect the life of the Queen of Pain. And somehow Kips, oh my goodness, another multicast. Going to pick up the kill. Didn't even need it 2 times. And so instead, the Nyx Assassin will look mid lane, where there's currently a siege in progress. Disruptor as well joining the fight. This Nyx looking to scout anyone here in the trees. So far has no vision. Now he's going to see one hero here. Scouts the Willow. They're going to look to set up for the kill. There's the Vendetta damage, and they're going to get her before she can go into the Shadow Realm, but Oklahoma is going to be bringing in the boat. Where are you going, Queen of Pain? X's are right back. Trapnest able to reflect a bit of damage, and with the Static Storm down, that does prevent Oklahoma from doing much at all. Speed as well glimpsed away, as he is going to be unable to collect the kill onto the Nyx Assassin. Alrighty. This game is a little bit ridiculous. Nice stun, though. Catches 2. Speed in a lot of trouble and a great Static Storm. Oh, no, but he pushed him outside of the Static Storm. That's going to free them. They glimpse Oklahoma back on in. Can he cast any important spells? No. Mark walks into the Brambles, but he's still going to be able to assist for that kill onto the Ogre, and it's a full 4-man team wipe here in favor of Team Magnus as they finally get a fight to really and truly go their way, Kips.
With Oklahoma going down to the bottom lane, he really wants to finish this BKB before he gets killed here, though.
Yeah, and there's going to be a kill onto the Willow. Bedlam is out.
He hesitated.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 fights now breaking out as Static Storm is going to trap the Kunkka. Down he goes. Albino Zebra now left alone. 2 times multicast, trying to get out the Ignites, trying to get the Bloodlust off, but unable to do much as the Ogre, as he will fall. The match. And, well, that means we're playing without a gyrocopter currently. Game 1 advantage, though, for E-Boys, as there's a Sonic Wave ready to go. They're going to try and not to use it, but eventually, yeah, Ogre is going to force it out on the BKB for BKB as Speed has the Static Link going. Looking for a couple more kills. Trapnest should be next to fall. Down he goes. A Blink Dagger, though, on the Pangolier. Catches the Kunkka as he's forced back to the low ground. BKB active now. He's going to tank through that Requiem. No problem. Torrent as well is going to lift the SF. That's a 9-second BKB for him, and a Requiem of Souls well used to collect the Soul of Speed. They're going to look for an additional now as the Willow is next to fall, and it's a 1-for-3 trade here favoring Team Magnus as they fight beyond the Tier 2 towers. 2 minutes in. The 5th lane of creeps didn't even spawn in by the time the gyro was disconnected. As Trapnest blinks up to the high ground, he misses the spells, but at least with the Lotus is able to reflect a couple of spells. Bedlam into the Static Storm. They will at least be able to trade away for the Nyx Assassin, and that Static Storm down as well. That has been a little bit of a problem here for Oklahoma especially. So maybe now, if they try and snipe the life of one. Speed is going to be able to free to wrap around now. Once again, just looking for the Disruptor. Link, though, was onto the Pangolier. And my goodness, the damage was just way too high here. SF, he's doing too much damage in the middle of these fights as he's going to die through the BKB. Oklahoma's next to go to find a good moment there, a good opportunity to pop his BKB. Means that, unfortunately, doesn't really get much of anything off at all. And now this is about to be the Megas. E-Boys can't really defend against Megas too well, as there's a BKB active by Mark, just looking to hit the throne. SF Illusion's making quick work, at least of 1, but there's now 2 dead already, and potentially even more as the Megas will fall. Jack lighting up the kill feed here. Oklahoma, he might die in the time it takes him to get X marked back. There's a BKB now. His Speed looks at least for Trapnest. He's got his own dust to terrorize, buys them a little bit more time. Nyx Assassin will buy back, but his BKB is up. Oh, and the physical damage is way too high. Speed's got buyback. Murdoch's life has been fed off. Oklahoma might be up next here as Jack with the Silver Edge crits starting to do with plenty of damage. Ogre, he's saving buyback for the next game. He wants to have the most net worth on his team, and if he buys back now, Kips, he's not going to have it. And that is going to be game number 2 in the bag. Team Magnus take a relatively easy game number 2. Off the back of the disconnected gyrocopter. One of your allies strikes me as actually a pretty good support.
There's a front line.
Ah, yeah, I like that one quite a bit, actually. charge through the fights, disrupt quite a bit. A hero that might catch a memory, right? With Ocean.
Yes.
He is he's getting a lot more CS and his kill is actually top lane. They baited me. I thought it was going to be bottom because of the tips.
Why not? He is tempting fate though.
Yeah, and they actually throw out the stun here. Albino Zebra trying to block. A nice impale though. Will free the Spirit Breaker. Top lane. It looks like they're making another sort of aggressive movement here onto Speed specifically. He's going to throw the spear. It's not going to find anyone. And actually the Ice Path also didn't really stun anyone. So Weaver finds the kill. He's gonna, oh my goodness, this minus armor is huge. And with the Urn and the auto attacks, I do believe this will end up as another kill for the Weaver, forcing to go underneath the tower at the least, but that'll be the Urn refreshed and 2 more kills into the pockets. But Arena now, especially with its increased cooldowns, is you know, quite an important asset for the Mars, who still farms well. Are they gonna kill him?
Now with the Urn?
Spear, yeah, they're gonna get him. Okay.
Huh.
Mid, fight's breaking out though. Macropire, good stuns though, are going to be able to hold down Mark and prevent him from getting off this second Astral Step. Weaver now joins the fight after the teleportation, but with the Macropire in the mid lane, they're not looking to extend this fight any longer.
He's just focusing on kills. This is his game plan. He's going to have a vessel pretty much at the ready, and after that all he's going to do is focus on the kills he can get. More charges, more better. Keep on balling.
Albino's done this one before, but now he needs some assistance in order to kill the Weaver. There it is. It's going to show up in the form of a Weaver, but actually the 2-man stun, they're going to look to turn. Speed sets up the Arena. That will collect not only the life of the Weaver, but also end up spearing the Void Spirit. He used both of his... No, he just couldn't get the Astral Step off. I think it was just coming off cooldown. Tempted for a second. There is an Albino Zebra waiting for him there. Who once again, yeah, he's just going to look up for another kill onto Trap Nest. A nice stun off the 2. He's got a Vendetta, and actually he's going to be hit with not only Ignite, but a full Vessel. They're going to look to turn as actually maybe he's now looked to bait them. They're going to have to throw up the Arena just a little bit longer, but he's actually dying to all the damage over time. The last auto attack is going to actually find him. They have Vision here still on the Weaver, holding him down with the 8th Remnant, and they've collected his life. A 3-for-1 that time around, much more in favor here. They have an Arena in 10 seconds, but Macropire as well is ready. Okay, they're going to scout this. Yeah, Macropire immediately thrown down as there goes Mark now in onto 2. They're going to try and get through the Razor, but the Spear perfectly calculated from Speed. They're going to lock him down. He's going to try and steal as much damage as he can as the Spirit Breaker will tear through him. Jack collects the life of the Mars as well, utilizing that split shot as Ocean looking to turn the fight now. Gets bashed once though, and Jack beginning to pump in a little bit of damage. 8th Remnant is going to find and hold down the SF, and he's going to go down before he can even pick up the souls of the Spirit Breaker. His Death Requiem at least is going to be used for the kill. Jack, unfortunately, does not have the damage here for the Weaver, and Mark's pretty low on HP. They're going to look now to turn and will be able to use the power of teamship and friendship to be able to take down the Weaver. Albino Zebra from the low ground.
Gives away the ward.
Yeah, he does, and he doesn't collect the life of Jack either, and now I think he's bit off a bit more than he could chew. That'll complete the full team wipe. He's going to lose his fresh ward.
Really choosing to lock down all of these BKB building cores over on the side of the Dire.
Yeah.
Radiant, excuse me.
I kind of like it. Plus, it allows him to do a lot more split pushing with the reduced cooldown all over the map. There's another kill. Trap Nest. Okay, here comes the charge. They're going to be looking to fight into this one. Mark finds a lot of heroes here, and with the, a very good time-lapse, actually, as that Spirit Breaker was set to charge through just about everyone. Mark's going to be forced to kind of run for his life, as while Spirit Breaker doing the same is going to be pretty effective at it. The Arena walls, though, by Speed, they're going to find Drow Ranger, who's forced to turn and fight, but with 0 damage. She does about nothing here to Speed. They might even look for more, as E-Boys still not confident with, they're still not quite happy with the 2 kills, are sticking around a little bit. Speed looking for a bash as Mark going in for a second bout of damage. Requiem kind of baited out, only collects 1. That's going to at least set up for the Spear of Mars onto the Spirit Breaker, attempting to charge away. They're going to get him with the Plasma Field, if not the extra auto attack from the SF. There is a Macropire down and a Weaver dead, so I do believe that they really committed for that kill. 2 tier 1s through this Aegis. And have not found the Drow. Oh, they're only going to end up getting Trap Nest here, who at least reflects a couple of abilities. He is dusted up. Can they actually catch up to him? I think so, especially with the Yule Scepter now online for Weaver. Drow Ranger is here, though, as there's going to be another big Spike Carpus. They might just be able to get the life off of Shadow Fiend. He's going to go down. Will they continue fighting? BKB active now for the Spirit Breaker. He has ultimate ready for the Ocean if he wants to continue moving in, as Oklahoma is going to get bashed. That breaks the link, and Jack's going to start laying down some suppressive fire, forcing them back from underneath the tier 2 tower. There's going to be now, my goodness, Mark, he's jumped right into the Requiem of Souls. Ocean now turning and fighting. Jack from the low ground, though, is winning this fight as no one is here to break the marksmanship. Speed was coming around to do it, but he gets scouted and killed off by a nice ice path from the Jakiro, a tip courtesy of the Spirit Breaker as well to his offlaner. Imagine they're quite literally in comms discussing what they should do next, and then they make the decision and just go for the play. But right now that play is going to be dive tier 2 tower, kill this Jakiro. My goodness, was that an 1800 crate out from the Shadow Fiend? I do believe it was. Yeah, he hits hard. With me, Kips, is that I play Dota with a stack of guys named Jack and Mark, and I'm really used to yelling at both of them for making dumb plays. But right now, Jack, Mark, you're in trouble. Get out of there. They don't hear me, Kips. They can't hear me. Smokes are breaking. They're TPing away. Oklahoma, do they have a stun in time? The Yules is there, as Jack is going to be left in waiting. No chance to crack the marksmanship this time, as they're right on top of him, and a big old crit out from the SF is going to collect his life. Spirit Breaker, of course, he can always charge back in, but his presence will be requested shortly, as there's a very ambitious blink stun in. Yeah, they're going to jump him for that one. Ain't the Remnant, though. This is a lot of damage now onto Speed. Gets the 4-step from his allies, but he's going to be dead immediately as the charge on in. Finds the secondary support. Ulti active. They're going to look to lock down Ocean. His Aegis is up in 30 seconds, so they don't really want to kill him, but they force the BKB, and they're going to bash him as well. A beautifully placed charge as well, which finds the Weaver. Also interrupts the TP away from the SF, but he's going to turn, look for a kill. E-Blade prevents it, however, and Aegis, which had 15 seconds remaining, is going to be taken. Can they get him on the second life? It looks so. No TP, no BKB, and no support means that Memory, he's just that. He's going to fall. Plasma Field is not going to be enough on its own to nuke the wave, and instead the team is going to look to go towards the bottom area. That'll be at least one lane of barracks. There's going to be the Sheep Stick as well. Finds the Ogre, and he is not killed off, actually. A great save, but the charge on in, they just might end up getting this kill anyway. Down he will go. There's Jack now. They managed to jump on top of him, but using the Spirit Breaker ulti to create a little bit of space. Jack actually TPs all the way home. He bought back. He didn't want to die back here. That would have likely been the game. So it's just Trapnest holding back everyone else he can. He also bought back in that last fight, so he's going to die back. He's hunting. Speed with, is this an Invisor? It is. It's now in its waning seconds. He's not going to find anyone.
He broke
Trapnest goes on up. He does get scouted a blink away. You can at least find one. But there's the Aeondis to save his life. On the high ground is Spirit Breaker. He's going to ulti back. The Requiem of Souls, I don't believe catches anyone here, Kips. And now he's caught now by the ice path. Mark on the high ground, though, is taking a lot of damage. There's a Swift Blink out from Jack as he's going to turn and start firing. He gets through the Razor, who's got buyback. Speed trying to tank as much as he can, but versus the Drow, there's not much he can do. And the BKB active from Memory, he's got to run. Jack chasing after him, gets double 4-stepped to try and collect the life of the SF as he is slowed by the hypothermia counts. Double buyback from E-Boys, and they will go. Weaver in trouble. There's a big ice path, though. It catches 3. There's no BKB. There's a Satanic for SF, but he's currently stunned. They get through the Lincoln Sphere. It's a dieback now on the Razor, and from the low ground, it's going to just be all Jack all the time. Speed, he's the last one left alive. Pops the BKB, but he's just running for his life, and with the bash, that will complete the 5-man wipe. No buybacks available for the Radiant side, and the GG is called. That is going to be game 3, pardon me, into the hands of Team Magnus as they take the series.
Yep, and off of the back of some really beautiful positioning play in the team fights as well as...